But no script.
No script. No. That's
Okay.
It's going to be a casual conversation.
Okay.
Again, first off, I appreciate you being here. It means a lot that you would take your time out, come in early this morning, and sit here and chat with me. And so I do really appreciate it. I mean, a lot. So, and we'll see how this goes. This will be a natural conversation, and then we'll see. We'll take it from there. So, I guess I want to start from the beginning. What ignited your passion about teaching? So.
Just the ability to work with kids and to be around and a part of their lives. Because with elementary school, like, their school is their life. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty much all they do. They go to school, they go home. But with high school kids, there's jobs and there's sports and there's things going on outside of school that you get to be a part of. And that's just really special. So.
Okay. That's what is there a certain maybe event or incident or experience?
Just my high school years.
Right.
Like, I always tell people I had so much fun in high school, and so I came back.
Right.
And I'm like, it's just like, I want other people to have fun.
Absolutely. That's cool.
And especially being back here is fun.
Right.
Because I've done the same thing.
You're a former student like myself. How's that been, you think?
It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. So fun. And now having English 2 honors, I have freshmen.
Right.
And so they're just like, I don't know. It's just funny.
Yeah.
Because they're just getting started and they're like, oh, well, did you do blah, 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 blah when you were here?
Because your experience is different than mine because I came back many years later. So 9 years later, I guess, is when I started. Graduated in 97, started back in 2006. So there was a few teachers still left. Mr. Franklin's, I think, is the last one left of mine.
That's fun. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Mr. Kane's back now. So he's all.
You have Mr. Kane
I did,
too?
yeah.
Me too.
And so,
and now all my kids have him. And like freshman biology.
Right. So my experience is also different too. Being a coach is that the coaches did a really great job of accepting me in and making me feel like part of the staff, not a former student. And and so playing golf here, playing for Coach Harvey, and him being on the staff, coming, that all. I think they did a really good job of doing that. But you're real close, like.
I am very close.
And so you're probably a lot more teachers here than.
Oh, so many.
Yeah. And so how's that been? You think?
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Even like you, we're great friends now. And it's just fun to get to be on this side of it and be encouraged. Because I was encouraged as a student by these teachers, and now as a teacher by these teachers is really fun.
So you were one of my students. What was that like?
Terrifying. It was the worst.
But also the greatest. Why do you think that is?
It was the hardest class I think I've ever taken.
Yeah. I thought Dr. Knight's was even harder than mine.
Dr. Knight was scarier than you.
Right.
But English is so easy for me.
Right.
It wasn't hard.
Okay.
But she was just terrifying.
Right.
I wish.
But in a good way, though. She was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she was incredible.
Yeah.
I wish more than anything that I had the chance to work with her.
Yeah.
I need to find her address so I can send her a letter.
Yes, she was great.
And nobody can get that for me.
She was great.
Yeah.
So, but I guess why terrifying, but also good? Like, how did it, just walk me through.
Because I didn't want to disappoint you as a teacher. And so, and I actually had to work hard.
Right.
Like, school was so easy for me all throughout most of my high school and college career. But having to actually work in a class was new to me and hard to navigate and figure out. But once I did, I was fine.
Right. So what are the benefits, though, you thought you got from that?
I have never been more prepared for a college style class.
Right.
Just in the pacing and the independence of it and all that was very college style, which helped a lot.
That's always been my goal, is trying to create that the ability. So for whatever you're going for, whether it's not obviously always going to be history, but I think that struggle is important in every aspect of your life.
It's the skills that you learn, the ability to get over it and figure out how to navigate through something that's difficult. Right. It worked in every class.
It's hard. I know
and
it's a
even
struggle.
In the life now.
Yeah.
The adult life.
Yeah. It's the same thing. It never gets easy.
No. And something bad happens, I'm like, okay.
Right.
I can figure out my way through it.
Right.
Because I didn't. A push. Does that make your heart? Does that make your heart?
Yeah. I don't say good. I didn't say good back then, but now I do. I probably did anyways.
No, you said that's a you problem.
You're right. That's a you problem, which is basically the same thing as good.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I don't understand this. Well, that's a you problem.
Not always.
No,
a lot of time it was also my problem that I was failing as a teacher. So
it was most of the time a me problem.
But we worked it out, and it was good.
Yeah.
So
That's funny.
it's a weird thing because I feel that way when I'm teaching too. It's like I want to create this situation where it's hard and it's a struggle, but also manageable and not like impossible. But because I think I know that they need this element to be able to be successful in whatever their dream is, right? And that's my goal, is I want them to pursue their dream, and then whenever they hit that roadblock, setback, whatever it is going to be, that they know how to push through and persevere so that they reach that ultimate goal of dream or whatever it is they want to do. And so it's that balance that I've got to do, and sometimes I'm a little bit one way or the other. And so I don't know, but I always wondered what it's like to be in my class, and I try to create a class that I would have liked to have been in.
Yeah.
And so
it was fun. Most of my favorite high school memories came from educational high school memories came from your class.
Right, and the friendship between you and the students was like almost like a trauma bond.
Yeah, right. It was one of those like survival things, like when you come out of go through a tragedy together, you all come out closer.
Right.
No, we're all still friends.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
We all have that, I don't know.
My favorite story is still the one you tell about the test. So I'd like you to tell that one for the podcast, because I think that's one of my best moments, because your class was the most successful class I had on the AP exam. But just tell that story, I guess. That's one of my favorites. It makes me.
So of course, taking the AP exam, you're terrified. This was our first AP class that any of us had been in. We were all freaking out and studied and over prepared ourselves in every sense of the word, which was great because we walk into the exam and you get started, and standardized testing is terrifying, and then you open up the first page of the book and it's like, what was the prominent invention in the 1950s? And was it the 50s?
I think it might have been the 20s.
20s,
yeah.
Whatever it was. And it was like, the answer was like radio or TV or something like that, and we're just like, everybody in the room just like takes a sigh of relief. Like, are you kidding me?
We got this.
I was so prepared.
It was like a collective, almost like everyone in the whole room knew at the same time, we got this.
And we all laughed under our breath. Because
Right.
we were like, oh, guys.
This is easy.
We're fine.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Right. We were so prepared for the worst and ended up.
Right.
We were all pretty good.
Yeah. And then redesigned it after you guys, maybe because you guys broke the test and did so well. No, I was kidding.
Right. Can you tell me?
Yeah.
DBQs. Do you know what a TDA is?
I don't.
It's a text-dependent analysis.
Okay.
So you get a story,
and
then you get a question, a prompt,
okay,
and you have to use the text to support your answer.
Right.
That's the EOC for English, the writing section.
Right.
Is that the same thing as a DBQ?
It's pretty close, right?
Document-based question, you have something that you use.
I guess with a document-based question, though, you're developing an opinion, an argument about the question, and then using the documents to support what your thesis is.
Okay, that's pretty much the same thing.
Right.
Okay, because one of my kids, I was explaining a TDA the other day, and he was like, oh, so DBQ. And I was like, oh, I forgot that word.
Right.
Like,
Did they have to cite from the story? Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not like in, what is it, document F.
Right.
Blah, blah,
they're
blah.
numbered now, 1 through 7. So,
Like,
yeah, you guys had, because you guys would have like 10, 11. I mean, it was crazy amount of documents. They've narrowed it down to they've narrowed it down to like 7. You got to use 6 of the 7, so they're a lot more focused than they were before. Whereas before it was kind of just using whatever one, and then they would throw in like
one that didn't even work.
Yeah, they would throw in random documents to like try to trick you and like not even to use this one. Yeah, which would throw people off. So
no wonder
they've changed.
I got the wars.
Yeah, we won't go to that.
I wonder.
All right, so let's talk about current stuff, I guess, also going on. So back at Stratford, teaching English. What are we excited about right now, and what are we teaching that's awesome and kids are loving?
We just finished a Black History Month culture unit, which was fun. Looked at multiple short stories. I always start with short stories before we get into a book, just to like ease our way back into English life. But we're about to start Julius Caesar. And
excellent.
I'm pumped.
You're pumped. Well, let's talk about Black History Month one. You did what project did you do with this one? They had to research an influential African American. Okay.
And just their background, their accomplishments, why they deserved to be recognized. And stuff like
you gave them choice on who they picked?
Oh, they could pick anybody.
And then how they presented it was their choice as well? Yeah. What did most students go with?
Google Slides. Yes.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I'm like, guys, and then they complain when I'm like, okay, guys, make a Google slide presentation.
Right.
Google Slides. I'm like, well, when I give you options,
All you do is Google Slides. I know.
Yeah. Some people did Prezi.
Right. Those
Had
are
one
great.
girl
I
who-
forget how good those are sometimes.
They're hard to make.
I've never even made one, but I love them when my kids make them.
Yeah, they look great.
Yeah,
but
they're really
I
cool.
feel like they're complicated. Yeah, I always sit here and bash Google Slides, but what are most of my...
Yeah, all my video
Google
lectures are done through Google Slides. And, yeah.
Girl did a poster, had a Prezi. One kid's supposed to be making a podcast,
Good.
so that's exciting.
Yeah.
I could do a podcast project in a few units
Right.
anyway, so I'm not like, I wasn't pushing that super hard because
Right.
I'm like, y'all are going to do it
Gotcha.
and not have an option anyways.
Right.
So,
Right.
but it was good. I'm learning a lot about some people that I didn't even
Absolutely.
know about.
That's what
which is
personalized.
the fun part.
That's what personalized learning does. I think it really gets us in the inside of our kids, what they like, what they don't like,
Yeah.
their personalities.
And I have a lot of athletes, and so I have a lot of track and field
Good.
athletes, and I'm learning so much about like track and field athletes that I
Oh,
have
yeah.
no
Hopefully,
idea.
you know, like Jesse Owens, hopefully Jackie Joyner-Cursor.
I think they're more current ones.
Oh, I don't know any current. I only know old ones. I'm old. So.
Old. Yeah, I can't.
Carl Lewis.
No.
No. Oh
No.
gosh, those are the ones.
I told him it could be historical or it could be like modern, current day.
It's probably like Usain Bolt. Was that,
No.
Nobody did Usain Bolt.
Let me look, because that's going to bother me now. Had some Michael Jordan, some Kobe's,
Right.
which to be expected. But yeah, so far they're all looking really good.
Cool.
And I'm excited.
Do the kids present these to class? Present them just to you? Do you?
Just to me.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a big fan of presentations.
Right. That's where
Because I know-
the portfolio comes in. I don't know if you
Right,
utilize
I
that.
do.
Okay.
So today actually.
They're supposed to present them on their portfolio, and then everybody can go look at it. I love the
They're gonna
portfolios
be,
we're doing.
Well, I haven't linked everybody's yet.
I gotcha.
To where they can see it. I'm going to wait till the end.
Okay.
To go and look at
Right.
everybody's. But they are, so we're ending that unit today. Their
Okay.
projects are due. And so I'm going to tell them they have like 30 minutes at the end of class to
Right.
go and update
Right.
their website.
Do you have them write a reflection? Yeah. Good.
That's
Cool.
part of it. Okay, this girl did. Sorry, it's loading. Allison Felix.
I don't know who that is.
She's a field runner.
Okay.
And then one more person did.
See, if we could make that open to the public, we could learn about these people as well.
I
So.
know.
You make your website public to us somehow.
Yeah, I could try to do that. Where the heck is this girl's name? Oh, whew, found it. I was looking right at it. I was like, I know she's in this class. Oh, she's the one who did a Prezi.
Okay, good. All right, well, definitely get those on the portfolios. And
Yeah,
check
sorry. I'm
those
gonna
out.
have to. It's loading. I'm
Okay.
gonna have to tell you who this is, and then. Oh, good grief. I'm sorry. Okay, if it loads, I'll
All
tell
right.
you. So sorry.
That's okay. All right, so moving on.
Rudolph.
What's that?
Wilma Rudolph.
Wilmer, yeah, I've never heard of that one.
Okay, well,
So good.
there you go.
I'm excited to learn about these. So we got to get your portfolio up there so we
You're
can see.
welcome.
So let's talk about Caesar then. What's coming up next and what we're excited about and,
Yes.
and what we're planning to do to.
So being a new teacher,
Right.
all but one of my semesters has been taught in COVID.
Right. That's true.
I have had one normal semester.
Right.
Which was my very first semester teaching.
Right.
So it wasn't normal.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, chaos.
it wasn't right. And so I have yet to teach Caesar the way I want to teach it.
Okay.
Because first semester I taught it last, and it was in the middle of EOC testing, and they were like, "You have 4 days to teach your last unit." I was like, 4 days to teach Shakespeare? It's gonna
Right.
take me 4 days to like introduce it.
Right.
So I'm excited. I'm moving it up in my semester, moving it to the second unit so that I can do it properly.
Okay. And what's properly going to look like?
Well, I don't want to give away all my secrets.
Yeah, that's the whole point. That's what we got to share with the other teachers
Okay.
all the wonderful things we're doing.
So Julius Caesar, I thought I was going to hate, actually.
Right.
But I really
love
actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm doing, so in Caesar, the big thing is the Ides of March.
Right.
Because that's the day he dies.
Right.
So I'm teaching it in
Spoiler
March.
alert.
Right. Sorry. And so we're going to read the, scene where he's killed.
Okay.
Right before March 15th.
Nice.
Because it's on a Monday. So we're
Perfect.
going to come back to school and I'm going to do a crime scene
Excellent. Oh, that's
activity
going to be cool.
where I'm trying to go all out with it and
Oh, yeah.
get like a little fake person from health science
Okay.
covered up with a sheet. Oh yeah.
Perfect.
We're gonna go
Right.
all out if I can. So crime scene, I want to do a mock trial
Okay.
and put the conspirators on trial for killing Caesar, because I did a very modified version of it
Right.
last year and my kids loved it.
Right.
Like at the end of the year on their like reflection to me. They were like, I wish we'd done more like that. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do it right.
That's awesome.
So I'm excited.
Yeah. Julius Caesar, and as a history teacher, I've used it when I've taught world history, and
Right.
put Brutus and Cassius on trial and used the play as the. Yeah, that's going to be cool.
I'm
I can't wait to see.
excited.
So,
I
crime
know.
scene. Everybody can go up to see the crime scene and
Yes.
on
March
the Ides
15th,
of March.
On the Ides of March.
All right.
If
that's
you
cool.
see any English 2 students, tell them beware the Ides of March.
Beware the Ides of March.
So that's the big thing. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm excited. I
Good.
think it'll be good. What about you?
What about me?
What are you
So,
excited about?
we're getting ready to, with personalized learning that I've dove into, like I've only had a chance to do it. We started it January, right before COVID and everything shut down. So I've been really working through it this year, and each time period I've, kind of been adjusting. And for this time period, we're moving towards where the class is going to answer each kind of essay question for all of like our time periods, which would be basically our world wars, 1920s, World War
Right.
II. And they're going to be answering each question, essay question, but they're going to be able to display that answer however they want to, through presentations. Hopefully not too many Google slides. Hopefully not too many Google slides, but they know how I feel about that. Which some Google slides can be really well done, but
absolutely.
you've got to make sure that you do it right. But so they're going to be answering each question, with that, and then demonstrating that answer and however they want to answer it. So it's going to be a lot more intense project-wise.
Right.
But basically, each little mini project is going to be, really getting into the depth of the information, and then someone will present off of their portfolio, and then we'll discuss that presentation, like what was their context like, what
Right.
ID information, what information did maybe they leave out, what information did they learn, and then we're going to, kind of discuss that. So that's all we're going to be doing for period 7. So it's going to be different. It's going to be a little bit, of experience, but it's kind of more of what I want my class to get to look like, right?
Right.
And it's this idea of having the growth mindset that I want my kids to have. I kind of been having as well, as I'm always constantly evolving and changing. And same thing, you're doing the same thing too, with changing and moving how things around and constantly reflecting. And it's an important thing that we do as teachers, is to constantly reflect and change and do what's best for our kids. And so I'm really excited to see how that's going to manifest itself. And get that collaboration back, which is, I think, is the biggest thing missing.
Absolutely.
With this. It's difficult, and I think the kids are a little nervous to do it. I think teachers are nervous to do it.
Yeah.
And really try to get those blended kids to collaborate as well, because they can do it in Book Creator, they can do it in
Right.
Google Slides. Obviously has a collaboration feature. So
I think it's funny that you said that, because I feel like so many kids don't recognize that teachers are also missing the way school
Yes.
looks. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
we just adapt and we adjust and we do
Right.
what we have to do, but it's like,
I know.
I miss the collaboration.
I
I
miss-
miss being able to do this
I
and
miss
this
the
too.
buzz and the energy and
Right.
watching them work together and work through a problem and figure it out and have these exciting ideas and
Yeah.
get
No,
excited about
absolutely.
doing something and being creative and so those are the things that I want to get back to, and I think somehow I was the one that failed in getting it done, and so I'm trying to get that done. So so hopefully they'll do that, and we'll move forward, and then if it doesn't work, we'll rework it and go again.
we just adapt and
Exactly,
adjust.
absolutely, and that's what I tell them. Even with our projects, if the project isn't quite what it needs to be, it's that engineering model of reworking
Yeah.
it until it's right. You have to give them that freedom to do so.
I did something the other day and I told my kids, I was like, guys, this could flop.
Yep.
Very badly.
Right.
And if it does, like,
It's okay.
cool.
And that's a good
But
thing.
if it goes well, then
It's a great thing
I
for
rock.
kids to see that that's okay. That
Yeah.
they need to take risks. They need to go. This is the time to
Right.
explore,
Right.
and give them that freedom. It's okay to fail, and then as long as you learn from it, rework it. Don't get bummed out. Don't get frustrated. Right. Get after
Yeah.
the attack and just say good. So,
See?
good.
Great.
We learned.
Good.
We learned one way not to do something, and so let's go
There you
back
go.
a
I
new way of
learned.
doing it. So
I learned what
that's-
not to do here.
Exactly. That's every aspect of life.
You're right.
So whether it's in whatever else. So I'm excited about that. Excited about golf season coming up as well. And so we'll see. Hopefully we'll have some good things happen there. Start tournaments here in the next couple of weeks. So and matches. So now we got good weather and no more rain, and hopefully for next week. So.
everybody do your rain dance. The rain was the worst. Yeah. That's good. That'll be exciting.
Cool.
Very cool.
So I'm going to end this. I'm going to steal this from another podcast I listened to. What was your favorite part about this conversation?
Getting to hear what you're doing. Because, I mean, we talk all the time.
Right.
But just, I don't know, hearing what you're excited about. Because I feel like so often we just...
Me helping you. Me.
That's so true. It's always my problem.
Right.
But yeah, so it's good to hear what you're doing.
Good.
And how you're helping your students. Because from being one of your students, it's good to know.
All righty.
What about you?
I think hearing you talk about your experience as a teacher now as a student, how it's a little bit, that there's so many more teachers and how accepting,
it's so fun.
Yeah, and I think it also is a testament to the school and how many our alumni that come back, and how special a place this is. And that's kind of why I started this podcast, to kind of continue to highlight that, so we could have these conversations, and because we're kind of missing some of those and that ability. And so this will give us the opportunity to have these conversations, other teachers to hear, hopefully our student body, and we'll listen to this and watch, or maybe not watch it.
Please don't watch it.
But yeah, I think hearing about that was my favorite part. So.
Yeah, it is a special place, that's for sure.
Again, I really appreciate you being here. We'll do this again, obviously, a couple more times in the future. So, and keep.
First one's free. You got to pay after.
All right, I got to get sponsors. This podcast is brought to you by green tea.
No, Starbucks.
Starbucks.
If this would be sponsored by Starbucks.
Yeah, we'll work on that
Every week.
All right.
I'm here.
Good. Thanks.